Breaking developments have taken place in the Boston area, specifically Cambridge and Waterton. A series of events have been playing out since 10 o'clock last night Eastern Time, starting with an armed robbery at 7-Eleven convenience store and then the fatal shooting of an MIT police officer. Both suspects are confirmed to be brothers. Tamerlan Zaranov, 26 years old, perished at a hospital from a gunshot wound and shrapnel wounds as well. The younger brother, Zokhar A. Zaranov, at the age of 19, he's still at large. As of yet, there has been no mention or update on the original suspect, who was brought into custody late Thursday night after being forcibly stripped naked. Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick suspended all public transit in Waterton and has since extended this measure to the entire city of Boston. Media reports have been stating relaying instructions to Massachusetts residents to stay in their homes and to not let anybody in unless they have clearly identified themselves as police. To shed some more light on this ongoing investigation and lockdown of Boston, we have investigative journalist and founder of the Houston Freethinkers, Derek Brose. He's on the ground in Waterton, joining us by phone. Derek, what can you tell us from what you witnessed so far, and how long have you been on the scene documenting this event?
Yeah, thanks, Gary. We've been here since last night. We were wandering around Boston looking for clues. Went to bed for a couple of hours. Things started to get crazy, so we woke back up. We've been here about 10 a.m. We approached the area of Waterton. We had to walk because the train, everything's shut down. All the businesses are shut down. It's pretty much a ghost town. So we went on a pretty good hike to get over here, surrounding the mall area. Immediately upon approaching, we were threatened to try to take our cameras. We took a different route.
So who threatened you? Who threatened to take your cameras?
The Boston police. There was Boston police as soon as we tried to walk. We basically walked as far as we could. I was pushed a little bit, pushed back, told that I would be arrested if we went any further, so we decided to take a different route.
And what were the grounds for them wanting to take your camera?
I guess they just didn't want us walking in the area. They have some of the bridges blocked off, and we tried to cross one of the bridges, and they turned us back. So I'm assuming everybody here is on high alert, right? You know, describing the scene. Right now I'm looking at everything from Humvees to ATF to SWAT, State Police, Coast Guard, Boston Police, Army. I mean, they're all over the place. There's 2 Black Hawks circling above us right now.
Now, how close are you to the center of the activity?
If it's still where it was, we are less than a mile away. Like I said, right now they're centered around the mall. There's been a lot of activity, cars going back and forth, but I believe that there is still either there's some suspicious packages or there's something going on in the area just ahead because they still haven't cleared it. A few minutes ago, they were allowing some of the other reporters to go grab their cars and to leave the area. But so far, the mall seems to still be the center of where their focus is.
So is it your belief that perhaps the second suspect in the Boston Marathon bombing is hiding in the mall there?
I think that seems to be the case. We're doing our best to listen to the scanner. We're listening to the scanners. We're talking to folks that are around here. And we actually, when we first arrived here, they had to press back about 2 miles. And then after 30 minutes, 45 minutes, they let us all move a little bit closer. And as we got closer, we witnessed a man being searched. He had his hands up on his head, and they were surrounding him. They were checking him for bombs and things like that. And they released him after a few minutes, and we've since talked to him, spoke with him for a few minutes. They were suspicious apparently because he was riding his bike through the area, and he says his profession is he's a chemist, so that worried them. They're generally just stopping anybody that they think it looks suspicious. If there's any kind of bags laying around, they're looking for that. And
have you heard any gunshots or explosions in the area?
Not thus far. No, we have not heard any explosions or gunfire.
Now, how would you describe the presence of law enforcement from where you're located? You mentioned that they have set up a perimeter, that they are stopping people. What else can you tell us?
Well, they're definitely on high alert. They're not taking any BS from anyone. They're pretty forceful with their message. I'm looking at canines, police, several cars from all different cities, Boston, here in Watertown, and some of the surrounding areas. They've brought any police officers they could available. As I said, there was also ATF, SWAT, and the Army. And the presence is pretty heavy here. And the people here in the city are staying inside. There's nobody out on the streets. So we're just kind of hanging out in the area right now because there's a lot of movement. Even right now, I'm watching 4 officers with some type of device walking towards the direction of the mall. So we're just trying to figure out what exactly is happening.
How many civilians in your area would you say are actually defying the authorities' instructions to stay indoors, essentially ignoring the lockdown order, the martial law order by the authorities?
I've seen less than 100 people on the streets who aren't either reporters or police. I mean, in the area we're at right now, there are no citizens other than it's me and other reporters and police. There's nobody else that I would say that isn't here to do their job. And for the most part, the citizens are indoors. And even on our walk up here, there was a couple of people who kind of were peeking out their houses and were like, you guys know there's martial law right now, right? So the citizens are aware. And I mean, that's what they're calling it. They're calling it martial law. And for the most part, I'd say people are accepting it.
Now, it's been reported that the 2 suspects are brothers. One has already perished from gunshot and shrapnel wounds. The younger brother still at large, with law enforcement searching door to door. You mentioned the mall there has been locked down. Martial law is in effect. Have you heard any accounts of any other potential suspects?
Other than the one that I saw temporarily detained, there was a couple of reports we overheard on the scanner, something about a third suspect. And in the past 20 minutes, we heard on the police scanner them say that there was a woman who was being held at gunpoint. We haven't heard any follow-up on that. It's just different things that are coming out over the scanners. I'm not sure if that's related or not, but so far, no leads on any other suspects.
Derek, we're greatly appreciative of you giving us this insight on this chaotic situation and sharing this information with our audience. Is there anything else significant to the story that you'd like the public to be aware of?
I would say from being here on the ground, I know there's a lot of people who are watching the scene and following on Twitter and following the mainstream media, trying to figure out what's going on. We all want to find the truth about this. I'd say let's not jump to too many conclusions. Obviously, the media is going to shape this the way they want to, and the administration is going to shape this the way they want to. But at the end of the day, there's people who have lost their lives. There's a lot of fear going on here. The presence of the police doesn't help that. But until we really get these people, these suspects, and get them a trial or a real investigation, we're not going to know anything. So I'd say let's just reserve judgment for a little bit longer.
All right, thank you, Derek. Keep us updated as this investigation unfolds. That was breaking news right here on the Next News Network. Derek Brose joined us, founder of the Houston Free Thinkers. Be sure to catch more updates on this story as it develops right here on the Next News Network.